Well, greetings and thanks for joining us on another episode of Lightbulb Moments, episode number 138. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out past episodes. And whether you're live with us today or you're listening to the podcast or viewing the YouTube channel, we're glad you're with us. I'm Tom Kuhn. I'm host and curator of Lightbulb Moments. What is a light bulb moment? Well, to me, it's a moment of sudden realization, enlightenment, or inspiration. It's great to have light bulb moments. It's great to have light bulb moments you actually do something with, which is part of the goal of this session here. Remember, you can't start a fire without a spark. So hopefully today will create a new spark for you that will create some action that will move you closer towards a future of success, whatever that looks like for you. At Qnity, we go from confusing, overwhelming, and complicated to a clearer path towards prosperity for you. And remember to prosper, manage your ATM, the three currencies we have in life: attention, time, and money. Thanks for spending your precious time and attention with us. We love hearing from you. Submit a light bulb moment of your own on our website or reach out in the chat here. Check out recent episodes, including, actually, this isn't a recent episode. This is today's episode. We will have guests join us very shortly, Daniel Johnson and Hannah Craik, who is here representing the green beauty community. I'm super excited. I have gotten to know Daniel a little bit. He's a very passionate guy. And Hannah, this will be my first meeting with Hannah, so I'm anxious to get to know her along with you very shortly here. Recent episode, we had John DeJulius joining us. That was a couple weeks ago. Great episode from my good friend John. He always delivers, so that's a great session to view. Several sessions ago, we had Dr. Melissa Kubiak, who really brought us into the fold of what's going on in MediSpa. Our last guests, which was last week, was Sue Ahrens from Studio B and Megan Jasper from Gadabout. We had a special session that really highlighted many of the things that came out of a group. The two of them were in together called Circle. Actually, it was called Inner Circle at the time, but these groups are now being called Circle going forward. It was a great session to spend time with both of them. Regular recipients of the $1 Million Light Bulbs. Then many sessions ago, I'm going to give you some highlights. We had a session with Kelly Eilers on marketing, a fantastic session that was a little bit of a masterclass on what's going on in social media today. Roderick Samuels joined us recently, also a very passionate guy, very passionate about financial literacy. Check that episode out. I believe he was the Educator of the Year this year with NAHA. And then a regular topic we get to on these forums is I like to talk about setting up the next generation for future salon ownership. So several episodes, I got into the subject of the number of baby boomers who are going to be ripe for transition. And I've had several other sessions around that topic. Be sure to check out Aaron's podcast, which is called Money 02. Some upcoming dates for you in February. We have let me see, is this right? A trilogy. I think it's a trilogy of events going on in Austin, Texas at the same time. And we have one of our signature workshops, which has been a huge hit, Execution SBO. That is going to be in Austin in February, along with the Growth Workshop, brand new version of the Growth Workshop. And it is amazing. It adds some new twists and new dimensions in it. This will be the first time that this workshop will be delivered. I was on with Candice Gliotto yesterday, and wait till you see what's coming with that program. We also will be offering these programs throughout the year out of two base locations between Minneapolis and Austin. But of course, the upcoming dates are the ones I want to draw attention to, which is February 18th, 19th, and 20th. At that time, we will also have a special session that I will be delivering on succession planning. That's February 18th. That is a Sunday event with some special guests. And then Money SBO, we have going on several times throughout this year. Certainly go to our website to check out our calendar of events. I want to highlight those. And I cannot not highlight the Phil, which is coming up May 19th through 21st in Austin, Texas again. And we are very excited about what's coming at this conference. So enrollment is actually open for this. And so you might want to sign up before prices change. Also, introducing Circle. You'll be hearing a little bit more about this. I talked about it last week, and these are curated peer groups. Some people refer to them as a mastermind group. And really what they are is groups of people that are like-minded and have a growth mindset and want to work in a structured environment to make tremendous progress through the year through peer sharing. My light bulb moment this week was actually one I shared last week, and it comes really back to this circle concept. And remember, 99% of your success depends on one thing, and that is who you associate, according to a 25-year study performed by a Harvard professor. So who you hang with is pretty important. So a question we like to ask you is, who's in your circle? Who do you hang with? Who do you spend time with? Because your circle determines your destiny. So we are in the process of curating these groups, and there will be more information, not only light bulb moments, but through some emails, our website, et cetera. And we will be starting by assembling some special groups, some that are multi-location specific, owners, GMs, emerging owners, and then we might be putting a marketing group. We're also going to be having a circle group of single location owners. And then I will be doing a circle of those focusing on succession planning, as well as a CFO circle. And with that, find a group of people who challenge and inspire you. Spend a lot of time with them, and it will change your life. All right, Daniel and Hannah, let's bring you to the screen. Let's bring you to the mic. And
hello,
Daniel, good to see you again today.
Hi, good morning.
And Hannah, a pleasure to meet you for the first time.
Nice to meet you too.
So thanks for joining us, both of us. Daniel, you and I know exactly when we met. It was 2 years ago at the PBA Executive Summit. And I found myself in a room with you and about another, maybe 8 to 10, I would call them visionary type people in the beauty industry. And at that time, we had a conversation. And we had a conversation about creating a green community. And I didn't see you for a year. And then I saw you back this year again. And you told me why you didn't come back last year. So anyway, let's kind of go back in history here a little bit to create a little context here for really how we met and how it evolved into the green community. So green beauty community.
Well, thank you. First, I want to say I appreciate having us. This is a great opportunity to explain who we are and what our mission is. And I just want to say thank you. So, started 2 years ago. I found myself in a room with not only Sydney Berry, but Shane Price, the CEO of Green Circle Salons, yourself, a CEO and a founder, Paul Tate, Bill Dellerman, Will Simpson, Keith Harrison. So a lot of people in a room, and we were brought together to create something in the industry that could champion sustainability, but not be tied to one single brand, something that was brand agnostic. And we had a conversation over dinner, and we exchanged ideas, and I think we all left feeling like we had this charge that we had to go get something done. Like I told you before, honestly, I come from a background of salon equipment repair, and I felt a little overwhelmed. I was in a room with a lot of important people in the beauty industry, and I was really just lucky and grateful to be there. And so we went to work on it. We worked really hard. And long story short, it took about 2 years to really get the ball rolling. I think because we all have other businesses as well, the attention just kind of waned off a little bit. But then I saw Shane in Anaheim, and I was just like, hey, I still want this idea to work. I still have it in the back of my head. What do you think? And I gave him some draft work I did, and he's like, hey, if you still feel it, go for it. I was like, all right, well, I'm taking that as permission to go. And so I really worked hard, and that's when I reached out to my network, I saw Hannah and the work she was doing with Salon Environment, and I saw Maisie and Jacqueline and the work they were doing, and I realized that creation of the community really had to be ground roots. It couldn't really be from the top down. It had to be from the bottom up, and it was really important to find stylists and industry professionals who really were doing the work and wanted to see the industry change. And so we got together, we brainstormed, and we came up with the Green Beauty Community. And now we officially launched just November 1st, so it's almost, a little bit past a month, and we're excited to be in the industry and to show what we want to offer. So thanks.
Well, and you just to connect some dots for those that may not know some of the first names here. So you were speaking about some individuals from Green Circle in particular, Shane Price. Then you mentioned Vish and Sustain Co. and then Professional Beauty Associate. I think we had some others in the room, but you're the one that actually took the ball and ran with it. So, I mean, truth be told here, is that correct?
Well, I appreciate that. I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
In all honesty, I felt like I could not go back to the PBA without a product, without completing the mission. I really felt personal about what we had that discussion that night. And actually, it changed the course of my life, because you talked in the intro about your circle. That was my first introduction to that type of a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And that particular moment really shifted the focus of me as an entrepreneur, but then the things that I care about in life, because I really wanted to be a part of the proposal that we came up with. I wanted a community to exist where we could champion sustainability as a group and not individually in our own corners. And so it has brought me 2 years later to this point where I feel proud. I'm happy that we have gotten this far, and yeah, I feel like we've done good work, and we have a lot more to do.
Well, as you should be proud. And, I started to see it kind of pop up here. I mean, I ran into it when somebody's name keeps coming up several times. It's like, okay, they just need to be a guest. And I ran into your PBA, and then LinkedIn. It's like, there's a lot of talk about this. And I thought, I got to have you on as a guest. And let me backtrack a little bit. I should do my job a little better here. I should properly introduce Daniel and Hannah. I'm going to get you in just a minute. I'm going to introduce you. But just to connect some dots for people, the Green Beauty Community is a vibrant, inclusive platform dedicated to connecting individuals and brands who share a passion for sustainable beauty, striving to inspire, educate, and empower members to make informed choices that celebrate beauty while respecting our planet. A great, great purpose. And then Daniel, you mentioned your background a little bit. I'll backtrack a little bit here because just so the community knows. So you're the co-founder of the Salon Chair Guys, and you're the founder of the Green Beauty Community, which is what we're talking about today. You grew up in your father's salon, and you learned the beauty and barber business as well as equipment repair. Today, Salon Chair Guys not only service and repair salon and barber furniture, but also sells biodegradable salon furniture cleaning products, which I think is what you do most of today, right?
Yes. Because of the quality of equipment repair has kind of slowed down. So our focus right now is the cleaner, and mainly my focus is the Green Beauty Community right now.
All right. So Hannah, you and I get to meet for the first time, but let me read your bio because it's super interesting here. You're the founder and Recyclops, you'll have to help me with that one, of Salon Environment. You're licensed cosmetologist since 2013. You've been behind the chair for 7 years before bringing environmentalism into the beauty industry full time. You create education for beauty professionals on how to create a more sustainable beauty industry. You host community events. This one's very interesting. You participate in nonpartisan environmental lobbying and sell plant-based lashes. Hannah, it sounds like you've got a super interesting background. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you? And again, thank you for having us on here today.
Yeah, it's great. So super interesting bio. So how'd you get involved in this?
Well, it's funny because I've been active in my current project, the last 3 years, and I met Daniel on social media. That we kind of all met each other on social, or kind of knew each other from social media anyway. But I followed the Salon Chair guys for quite a while. And which was cool, kind of how we met, because Daniel was kind of one of the only ones sort of like in our corner of just, bringing the conversation into the industry. So I felt like there was such a big disconnect between just environmentalism and the beauty industry. And, people can talk about, whether it's recycling or how to reduce, your everyday, I guess your waste. But there wasn't really anything curated for beauty industry professionals. So that's kind of how Daniel and I really got to talking, because I would see he would create content that was very similar. And that was something I, wanted to talk about more. So that was very cool then how we got to talking. And when he started, mentioning how we wanted to build a platform for people, honestly, like him and I, and there's so many of us out there. It was very cool to be like, wow, this is kind of like for us, like, and for everyone else, where we can talk about different ideas of what we can bring into the salon, and even just the beauty industry in general, and really raising the baseline for what we can do in this industry. It doesn't have to be at the bottom. We can have, clean, green, and sustainable, products and practices just, at a baseline.
Yeah, right on. And tell me a little bit about your nonpartisan environmental lobbying.
So I'm going to be totally frank. I definitely cheated my way through econ and civics in high school. So I never thought I would be in government. But I really enjoy it in the fact of, I kind of went through a little bit of a rabbit hole a couple of years ago of just, okay, where can I have the most impact? And policy and government is one of the big factors. So I joined a nonpartisan environmental lobbying group, Citizens Climate Lobby. And they have a couple different, they have a lot of chapters throughout the US and a couple other different countries. And they focus just a lot on working together. It doesn't matter what your political background is. It just, environmentalism is a nonpartisan issue. So, which was very cool to see. So they work on a couple different acts, one and support them. Like the Forest Act is a big one right now. Also a pretty hot topic, because there's a lot of movement with it, I guess, at this moment. And that one talks about essentially protecting more forests, making sure we're not, having there be a lot more limits, and really just trying to work harmoniously with the environment. We know trees are very important. But so that's one of them. Another one is, talking about renewable energy. We know everyone can get on board with that as well too. Living in Detroit, Michigan, and being all about manufacturing EVs and renewable energy is a really hot topic here also. So really the point of the nonpartisan is really just to, what can we do for the environment? Beauty industry is also a nonpartisan, industry too. We just want what's best for everyone. It doesn't matter your politics. And I really like to relay that, because it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a whole political thing. This is just something that we can work on together.
Daniel, this is a absolute grassroots movement here, and in the classic sense of the word. And what do you hope to gain from this community?
I would like to unite the voices in the beauty industry that are scattered around the country. I think the voices of sustainability have been fragmented, and sometimes it can feel lonely in your individual salons or barbershops when you're washing out your plastics, or your doing your water management, maybe using certain products, your waste management, when you're measuring out your color, like whatever your process is. Sometimes, it feels better to be in a group. And I feel like in order to accelerate change in the industry, we need a clearer voice that can speak in unison. And we need a place where we can all meet together and discuss ideas and exchange greetings, So I feel like the green beauty community has a really good opportunity to be that place, to be the clubhouse for sustainable beauty advocates in the industry, to lend a voice to us. And that's just for the community. As far as the involvement from the industry, as far as manufacturers, I think there's a lot of manufacturers who are doing the right things. They are taking care of their water management. They're using solar panels. They're taking care of their energy management. They're recycling. They're sourcing of materials. They have a lot of good things, but they're afraid to speak up because they don't want to get called out. And I think I think we can guide them in being able to celebrate what they're doing, because one of the first posts on our Instagram page is about not being perfect. And for us to solve this problem, we cannot be perfect, and we can't let perfection be the enemy. We have to all contribute. This is a big problem. I think we all want to address it. Students coming out of beauty schools, this is the number one thing that's on their mind, is how they can combat climate change, be an activist for something. I think we'd like to provide at least an easy way for them to be able to get involved, and for everyone to get involved.
So I have to be honest. When I was in that room 2 years ago, I didn't think anything was going to come out of that meeting. I really didn't. I actually told people afterwards, I said, there are so many initiatives right now. People are banding together on so many things. I happened to run into somebody after the meeting, and they were cynical, and not someone that was actually in the group, but I described what the group conversation was about, and they were cynical about it. Another attendee at the conference, not at that dinner. And so I didn't think anything was going to happen. But here we are 2 weeks later, and you've started to recruit you have a little bit of a posse you're putting together here. So how do we become part of this posse? How do we become part of the community, Daniel?
Well, I would encourage everyone to visit our website. If you'd like to join, we have promo code GBC10, which can give you a lifetime premium membership. And that way you can go into our forums and start conversations with other sustainable beauty enthusiasts. If you're interested in supporting us, you can also find our contact information on the website. At the moment, we just want to let the industry know we are here. We want to look for ways for amplification. Some really good news is I think we're working on some quality education with Pivot Point. So I think that's going to be a really good opportunity for us to start to push out the education that's needed in the industry to make people aware of our environmental impact. So just come by, check us out, leave us a note, let us know what you think. If you see something you would like to include, let us know. We're open to this being, we want this project to be built by the people who care. So let us know your suggestions, and we'll definitely do our best to make sure that we can be of service to you.
Sounds like an open invitation, everybody. So sounds like a very open invitation, and one I encourage everybody to take advantage of. Now, Hannah, so you're out there on the front lines. What are you doing to recruit members into this community? All through social means, or?
Anywhere, basically. There's a really great sustainable business network here in Detroit. So I talk to them honestly a lot about this, because I think a lot of people don't realize the impact that the beauty industry does have. And everyone's got a hairdresser. So word of mouth. But as well, too, I mean, whether it's just reaching out to people on the socials, whether it's LinkedIn or it's Instagram or Facebook, it's definitely hard to find people who are already kind of doing this, wanting to make a sustainable change. And then there are people who don't really know where to start. So I just like to talk about the green beauty community like it's I mean, it really is a fun place where you can get together and really be able to network, and kind of like what, I mean, you have going on here, a nice round table of sorts where people can bounce ideas off of each other and learn from each other. So I just never stop talking, I guess. I personally really like meeting new people. So I always try to get them to come do everything that I want to do. I like to come and tell them just what we're doing and check out and just see how they like it. And kind of the same thing, if they have any suggestions, what they do want to see or what they do want to learn, we want to work with people on that, because we want to be sure people are getting the best kind of resources and education as possible.
Yeah, you certainly have a lot of key supporters behind you. And I'm sure that as you get further along, you're going to have some creative ways to claim the space, because that's really what you're doing, is you're claiming the space of a sustainable beauty community. There's a lot of brands that have products and they have an identity built around it, but you're really creating this community. And it truly is, it's got to be a labor of love. Because last I checked, Daniel, I don't think you're getting rich on this. So
Yeah, not at all. I think that's one of our biggest problems, to be completely honest, is trying to find some sort of profit model in this in order for it to survive. But I have faith. I know the brands that we work with, they're deeply committed to seeing a community thrive. I know the industry is committed as well. Like you said earlier, I'm sure once we gain more traction, we'll be able to talk to more people. But yeah, this is something that it's been bootstrapped. I'm just the kind of person, I don't like to talk about what I can do. I like to show what I can do. And so
yeah.
I didn't want to go to everyone and say, hey, I got this idea, please come with me. I'd rather say, hey, I created this thing. Would you like to be a part of it? So
How many members do you have right now?
On the website, we have 300 registered members, and our Instagram, which is only about 5 months old, is already at 5,800.
Wow. I was not expecting that. I was thinking, boy, how to become one of the first, 20 members or something like that. I mean, you've got a little more traction than I realized here. You have over 300 members?
Yeah, actually, our partnership with Innocence Organic Beauty really helped us out. They were really friendly in extending their community to us, letting them know we exist, along with the work that Hannah, Maisie, and Jacqueline have been doing in order to gather community members. We're moving pretty fast. I think now is the time. The industry is really interested in kind of a non-branded opportunity to learn more about sustainability, and something that doesn't necessarily cost. Like we're not selling products. We're not trying to sign you up for some type of beauty box. Like we're just telling you the simple things that it takes in order to be more sustainable, whether that's cutting off your Wi-Fi at night, watching your water management, just little simple things. Unplugging your hot tools when they're not in use. I mean, we kind of, no matter where you are in your sustainable journey, we want you to be able to find value in what we have to offer. So if your salon is zero waste and you don't waste anything, or you just are curious and peeking in the door, we want you to be able to find relevant information that can guide you anywhere.
Hannah, why don't you real quick describe Maisie and Jacqueline that Daniel referred to?
So
these are other. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go for it. Yeah.
They're just two really incredible individuals. I actually knew Maisie for about a year before we all got started on this project. She owns a salon in Oklahoma City, Sustain Salon. And I mean, she lives and breathes it. I mean, she's incredible what she does, taking care of her clients in the best way possible, as well as coaching other stylists to do the same, which is where her and I really bonded. And Jacqueline as well too is our green beauty queen. She's very knowledgeable about just what to look for in products, and just how to give your client really the best experience possible, because, same with this project being a licensed beauty professional, and especially working behind the chair is a labor of love. And you want to give your client just, the safest space possible. That is what a beauty chair, or salon chair represents anyway. But they're both salon owners. They are Macy's in Oklahoma, Jacqueline's in Virginia, and they really just are amazing community spearheads, very knowledgeable, very just intelligent. So it's really amazing to be able to work with both of them.
Excellent. Let's make sure we put in the chat how to join the community, how to get in touch with whoever we should get in touch with. And I think what you guys are doing is awesome. And let's all of us give you a virtual round of applause here. Congratulations for what you're doing, and thank you for being part of our dialogue today. We'll be sending each of you a $1 million light bulb, makes you a member of our Brain Trust. And then also, because you were part of our Brain Trust, then don't forget to join us in Austin, Texas on May 19th for a celebration of light bulb moments. We'll invite all of our past members of the Brain Trust, and we celebrate all of you. It's the night before the Phil conference. So certainly we'd love to have both of you join us as part of our Brain Trust. So, so thanks again.
Thank you. This is a tremendous opportunity. And I don't know if you saw the energy I had when I finally connected with you at PBA, but I came over and I was like, we did it. We did it. I know you were like, whoa, who are you? I was like, oh, I remember.
No, I knew who you were right away, but I was like, whoa, wait a minute, So,
Yeah.
well, very, you're a doer. And I think I want to celebrate that. That's part of the reason I invited you guys to be a guest, because, a lot of people talk about things, but you're taking action. We love people that go from knowing to doing. So
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate this.
We'll be seeing you back again. You're also welcome to join us any week just to participate, just to listen in and put your own comments and be part of our community. So thanks to both of you. All right. So we're going to wrap up here. Let me see what else I have for all of you. We're on next week, and then I believe we're taking the week off. It's 2 weeks after that off. I want to thank Lightheart Sanders, who has been a core sponsor of this forum and a great contributor. So they're awesome, Lightheart Sanders. So thanks to them to help make sure this format keeps continuing. Also, Qnity, remember our money type products, whether it's for students, professionals, or owners. And finally, subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay in touch with us. So thanks again for joining us today. That's a wrap, and we'll see you next week.